soldiers wore in the film Avatar. Exoskeletons are also being used in industrial settings to enhance the performance of workers. These devices can be worn by workers to assist with heavy lifting and repetitive tasks, reducing the risk of injury and increasing productivity. Exoskeleton technology is still in its early stages, but researchers are working hard to improve the design and functionality of these devices. With advances in materials, sensors, and software, exoskeletons are becoming more lightweight, durable, and user-friendly. Number 19. Hypertrains. Hypertrains, also known as Hyperloop trains, are a new form of transportation that uses magnetic levitation technology to reach incredibly high speeds. Imagine traveling from Los Angeles to San Francisco in just 30 minutes. That's the kind of speed we're talking about here. But how do these hypertrains work? Well, they're basically trains that travel in a vacuum-sealed tube with no air resistance. This means they can reach speeds of up to 700 miles per hour. That's faster than most commercial airplanes. The technology for hypertrains has been in development for several years, and several companies are currently working on building the infrastructure to make this a reality. The goal is to create a network of Hyperloop routes that connect major cities, making it easier and faster for people to travel. One of the biggest advantages of hypertrains is that they're much more energy efficient than traditional forms of transportation. They don't produce emissions and require less energy to operate. This means that they're a more sustainable option for getting around. While hypertrains are still in the early stages of development, the potential for this technology is huge, and we're excited to see how it will change the way we travel in the future. Number 18. Living robots. A team of biologists and computer scientists have created something truly groundbreaking: tiny, self-healing biological machines made from frog cells. These cells are then programmed and assembled into a specific shape, creating a unique and versatile type of robot. These machines, named Xenobots after the African clawed frog, are less than 0.04 inches wide, making them small enough to travel inside human bodies. But how did the researchers create these amazing machines? They scraped living stem cells from frog embryos and left them to incubate. Then the cells were cut and reshaped into specific body forms designed by a supercomputer, forms never seen in nature. Some of the cells differentiated to produce cilia, tiny hair-like projections that move back and forth and likewise rotate in different ways. Instead of using manually sculpted cardiac cells, cilia give the Xenobots legs and move them rapidly across the surface. We're looking at the world's first living robot, a programmable life form that has the potential to revolutionize medicine, technology, and so much more. Imagine the possibilities of these tiny machines working inside our bodies to repair and heal, or exploring and mapping the depths of our oceans. Number 17. Deepfakes. Deepfakes are a form of technology that uses artificial intelligence to create highly realistic videos of people doing things they never did. It's a form of digital manipulation that can make it look like someone said or did something that they never actually said or did. Now, this has been used in movie making for decades. Remember the late actor Paul Walker in the movie Fast and Furious 7. He was resurrected for that role using this technology. With advancements in AI, deepfakes are becoming increasingly realistic and harder to detect. But now, deepfake technologies have advanced so much that we have apps that can do it almost instantly. In fact, some experts have warned that deepfakes could potentially be used as a form of disinformation or propaganda, leading to mistrust and confusion in society. And that's where the problem lies. With the ability to create evidence of scenes that never happened, people have grown uneasy about deepfakes. Audio can be deepfaked too, creating voice clones of just about anyone. Social media platforms have even banned deepfakes from their networks due to the strong divide they create. Number 16. Quantum computers. In 2019, Google made a huge announcement.
Now it's an extraordinarily important milestone. Last year we achieved something what's known in the field as quantum supremacy. It is when you can take quantum computers and they can do something which classical computers cannot.
They revealed that their quantum computer, named Sycamore, had achieved something called quantum supremacy. This means that quantum computers can complete tasks exponentially faster than their classical counterparts. Quantum computers are not only faster but also more powerful than traditional computers. They use the properties of quantum mechanics such as superposition and entanglement to perform calculations that are beyond the reach of classical computers. But what makes quantum computers so special? Well, for decades, computer scientists have been trying to harness the behavior of subatomic particles that can simultaneously exist in different states. These particles can exist in more than one state at a time, and it's this ability that quantum computers take advantage of. Instead of using bits like traditional computers, quantum computers use quantum bits or qubits. This allows quantum computers to store huge amounts of information and use less energy doing so than traditional computers. In the world of quantum computing, traditional laws of physics no longer apply. This means that we'll be able to create processors that are 1,000,000 or more times faster than the ones we use today. It's no surprise that some of the world's most influential companies are investing heavily in quantum computing technology. Number 15. Self-healing concrete. Yes, you heard that right. Self-healing concrete is a new type of concrete that can repair itself when it cracks. This is possible thanks to a special type of bacteria that is mixed into the concrete. When the concrete cracks, water and oxygen enter the crack and the bacteria start to grow. The bacteria produce a natural mineral that fills in the crack, effectively healing it. This is a game changer for the construction industry. Concrete is one of the most widely used materials in construction, but it's also one of the most prone to cracking. Cracks in concrete can lead to structural problems and can also make the building look unsightly. Self-healing concrete solves this problem by allowing the concrete to repair itself, which means less maintenance and a longer lifespan for the building. So how does it work? The bacteria used in self-healing concrete are mixed in with the concrete before it's poured. Once the concrete is in place, the bacteria go into a dormant state. But when the concrete cracks, water and oxygen enter the crack and the bacteria start to grow. They produce a natural mineral that fills in the crack, effectively healing it. It's environmentally friendly, it's a great solution for remote locations, and it's a game changer for the construction industry. Number 14. Virtual reality. Virtual reality, or VR for short, is a technology that allows users to fully immerse themselves in a digital world. But VR isn't just for video games and entertainment. It has the potential to revolutionize industries and change the way we live our lives. The concept of virtual reality has been around for decades, but it wasn't until the 1960s that the technology started to take shape. Early VR machines were confined to amusement arcades and offered a limited experience. But today's VR headsets offer a much more immersive experience. When you put on a VR headset, you are completely immersed in a digital world. As you move your head, your view adjusts, giving the impression that your line of sight is actually real. VR technology has been adapted for many different purposes, including video games, training simulations, and even therapy. It's being used to treat trauma and anxiety. In addition to healthcare, VR is also being used in industries such as architecture, real estate, and education. Architects and real estate agents are using VR to create virtual tours of buildings and properties, making it easier for potential buyers to visualize themselves in the space. And educators are using VR to create interactive, engaging lessons for
facial features, iris, or retina.